Welcome to the Stallion Mockast, where mortal topics meet an eternal perspective. Here, we ride beyond the boundaries of mortality, beyond the narrow paths of right and wrong, and into the open plains of agape love, the eternal truth. The wild stallion has no reins, no bit, and no burden. Its freedom is its power, and its only companion is Christ. Not a rider to dominate, but a presence to guide, walking beside with the strength of eternity. In this place, we don't wrestle with the binary of good versus evil. Instead, we uncover the beauty of what was always meant to be, the unity of creation, the logic of love, and the infinite possibilities of a father-centric cosmos. So saddle up, or better yet, let go, and join us as we gallop headlong into conversations that challenge, inspire, and awaken. This is not a journey for the faint of heart, but for those bold enough to embrace the untamed, the unbroken, and the eternal. Welcome, friend, to the Wild Stallion Mockast. The plains are endless, and the ride begins now.
Greetings from the photonic field, beloved listeners, and welcome to the 6th Logos-charged May edition episode of the Wild Stallion Mockast presents My Utmost for His Highest by Oswald Chambers. I'm Debbie St. George, and today we have a fresh infusion of divine wisdom and quantum insight for your eternal journey. Before we launch into today's powerful devotional contemplation, a quick reminder and friendly disclaimer. The voices you'll hear today, including my own, are AI generated and lovingly crafted to deliver an authentic, immersive experience as we all dive deeper into Father's physics and timeless spiritual truths together. As always, you'll first hear the devotional delivered in the voice of Oswald Chambers, vividly portrayed by Danial St. Immediately following, Denny Anthony, our cosmic brother of contemplation, will share his personal thoughts and spirit-fueled insight. For the full devotional reading, feel free to visit myutmost.org. Selah.
Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free. Galatians chapter 5 and verse 1. A spiritually minded man will never come to you with the demand, believe this and that, but with the demand that you square your life with the standards of Jesus. We are not asked to believe the Bible, but to believe the one whom the Bible reveals. See John chapter 5 and verses 39 through 40. We are called to present liberty of conscience, not liberty of view. If we are free with the liberty of Christ, others will be brought into that same liberty, the liberty of realizing the dominance of Jesus Christ. Always keep your life measured by the standards of Jesus. Bow your neck to His yoke alone, and to no other yoke whatever, and be careful to see that you never bind a yoke on others that is not placed by Jesus Christ. It takes God a long time to get us out of the way of thinking that unless everyone sees as we do, they must be wrong. Is never God's view. There is only one liberty, the liberty of Jesus at work in our conscience, enabling us to do what is right. Don't get impatient. Remember how God dealt with you with patience and with gentleness, but never water down the truth of God. Let it have its way and never apologize for it. Jesus said, go and make disciples, however, not make converts to your opinions. Selah.
Hey, what's crack-a-lackin', beloved? Here we are again, chilling together, diving deep into Father's cosmic ocean of eternal truth. It's your wild quantum companion, the one and only Denny Anthony, bringing the Father's physics vibe straight to your earbuds. If you're new around here, welcome aboard, my peeps. Buckle up, because today's devotional from Oswald Chambers isn't just powerful. It's like a spiritual espresso shot to your soul, yeah? Chambers straight up spiriticated the house today, so get ready as the Denster busts out our power verse. Stand fast, therefore, in the liberty by which Christ has made us free, and do not be entangled again with a yoke of bondage. Galatians 5:1. Whoa, let that marinate in your noodle for a hot second. That's some radical liberty talk right there, am I right? Here's the trip, beloved. Jesus Christ has paid the ultimate cosmic currency so we could fully be who He recreated us to be through His own death and resurrection. One with Himself. Think about that. He didn't just free us from hell or sin. He freed us into unity, into divine alignment with the Logos Himself. When you catch on to this revelation and actually dare to believe it, you're not just kind of free, you're totally, radically, and eternally free. Boom. But check it out. This isn't the kind of freedom you just talk about, yeah? This is the kind you've got to live out. It's got to flow from your being authentically. If not, you're stepping dangerously close to that sneaky Pharisaic trap, what Chambers calls unconscious unreality. Basically, it's when you're acting like you're free, but inside, you're still tangled up in old mental patterns, stuck back in bondage to the ego and division. Nah, beloved, we've been called out of that mess. Think about it. A life that's truly free demands alignment with Christ. It's not about forcing someone into your belief system or dropping theological bombs to win arguments. Nah, man. It's a raw, transparent alignment with Jesus himself. This kind of alignment brings conviction naturally. It doesn't need you shouting or preaching at someone. It's like radiating spiritual Wi-Fi, you feel me? People catch on to that frequency just by proximity. But let's be real, this radical kind of freedom isn't always a walk in the park. Sometimes, living totally yielded to Father's logos can feel lonely, especially in a world that feeds off ego and division like candy. Authentic freedom often provokes opposition. Folks raised on ego-building routines don't always vibe with Father's logic. Persecution pops up like mushrooms after a rainy day. Yet, even in isolation, we're never truly alone. We're dialed in directly to the heartbeat of the Father, unified in divine consciousness. Yeah, it's a wild ride, but it's the only ride worth taking. Now, careful here, beloved. This sneaky world always tries to creep back into our hearts. It whispers lies, trying to get us to see ourselves as separate again, individuals divided and dualistic. Think about that tricky word, individuality. Check this, it's secretly 3 words, in the divide of duality. See that? We weren't created to live in division, locked into the lonely identity of isolated ego. Father doesn't see us as mere individuals. He sees us as unique and holy expressions of his unified logos. He sees us united, beautiful in our diversity, not divided by it. And before you say, yo, Denny, isn't this kind of restrictive, like we're losing our free will? Let me tell you straight up, it absolutely isn't. We're not talking about a hive mind, beloved. Father's kingdom isn't some monotonous spiritual factory churning out identical drones. Nah, we're a dynamic collective consciousness, one unified spirit expressed through endlessly unique, wild, and diverse personalities. Our freedom in Christ doesn't erase diversity. It amplifies it, celebrates it, makes it radiantly beautiful. It's for freedom, real, authentic, vibrant freedom, that Christ set us free. Freedom isn't just the absence of chains, it's the presence of divine purpose. It's the ability to resonate fully, passionately, wildly with the Father's logos. It's liberation from the bondage of dualistic, ego-driven thinking into a kingdom consciousness so expansive it makes the universe itself seem small. Are you vibing with me here, beloved? Good. Oswald Chambers throws down heavy today, pointing out something crucial. He says a spiritually minded man will never come to you with the demand, believe this and that, but with the demand that you square your life with the standards of Jesus. We are not asked to believe the Bible, but to believe the one whom the Bible reveals. If we are free with the liberty of Christ, others will be brought into that same liberty, the liberty of realizing the dominance of Jesus Christ. Always keep your life measured by the standards of Jesus. It takes God a long time to get us out of the way of thinking that unless everyone sees as we do, they must be wrong. That is never God's view. Jesus said, go and make disciples, not make converts to your opinions. Deep breath, beloved. That's spiritication at its finest, dropping truth bombs left and right. Chambers isn't calling us to preach our version of truth, our personal opinions, or dogmatic doctrines. He's calling us simply to live radically aligned with Jesus himself, to radiate the liberty that Christ embodied and gifted to us. When you're genuinely free, truly spiriticated, your life naturally draws others into that same freedom. It's contagious, irresistible, undeniable. Beloved, Father didn't send Jesus to convert people to an idea. He sent Jesus to liberate people into himself. Your job isn't to hammer your personal theological points home. It's simply to live authentically free. When others see that freedom glowing in you, they'll hunger for it too. They'll seek out the logos because they've seen him living through you. That's the real mission, beloved. Not to win arguments or force conversions, but to liberate souls by living your truth out loud. So here's my challenge, beloved bros and sisters. Let's check our hearts today. Are we walking in genuine liberty, or are we caught up again in old dualistic thinking? Are we radiating Father's logos or stuck chasing ego satisfaction? Let's choose freedom, authentic and vibrant, every single moment. Stand firm in this liberty, beloved. Reject the yoke of bondage. Live authentically free, letting the logos radiate from your life. In doing so, you'll illuminate the world around you, pulling others out of darkness and into the liberty of Christ himself. Until the next, I'm Denny Anthony, reminding you to stay true, stay righteous, and stay wild for love, yeah? Amen.
Imagine a world where the familiar laws of physics and mathematics as we know them are challenged, rewritten, and redefined. In Father's physics, the quantum world and the macrocosm share the same laws of physics, rejecting the Newtonian law. Numbers behave differently in this framework, and the core principle of 3 equals 1 governs a unique mathematical system. The immortal atom of God, composed of a singularity particle, an ionic particle, and a photonic lattice, represents a new understanding of atomic composition, defying entropy and decay. The concept of neutronic autonomy suggests that neutrons have the ability to change their charge representation, leading to an intriguing aspect of nature itself. The quantum world contains the observer-effect principle, where the mere act of observing changes the result. Father's physics takes this a step further, suggesting that neutrons are not governed by chance but possess conscious awareness. They are not bound by Newtonian laws but can transcend them, choosing their state of existence. This challenges our understanding of determinism and the inherent randomness in the quantum world. If you want to know more about Father's physics and the entire framework, go to YouTube and watch the Wild Stallion Mockast show. Each episode features discussions about the framework of Father's physics, along with other fringe and unconventional topics. Check out Wild Stallion, the AI Mockast, online today.
Prince Adam here, just dropping in with a little reminder. In today's story, we saw how strength isn't just about muscles or swords. True power, it's being kind when it's easier to be cruel. It's listening when someone else is hurting. And it's choosing love, even when the world tells you to walk away. I believe when we treat each other with respect, we unlock the real strength of the photonic field, agape. And remember, you don't need a magic sword to do what's right. You already have the power, because love lives in you. Until next time, stay true, stay bright, and stay wild for the love.